Manchester City have Nico O'Reilly fit for this weekend's title showdown with Arsenal, though Ruben Dias will miss out again. O'Reilly was the match winner as City saw off rivals Arsenal 2-0 in the Carabao Cup final last month, but had been a doubt for Sunday's Premier League clash at the Etihad Stadium after going off with a hamstring injury but opening the scoring in the 3-0 win over Chelsea. Dias missed that game in West London as he continues to nurse an ankle problem suffered in the Champions League last 16 second-leg defeat by Real Madrid that saw him also miss out on Wembley, in addition to the FA Cup quarter-final demolition of Liverpool. The Portuguese centre-back will not face Arsenal again, with suggestions that he could also be sidelined for the midweek trip to Burnley and next weekend's FA Cup semi-final meeting with Southampton. Ruben is not ready, City boss Pep Guardiola said at Friday's pre-match press conference. Nico is fine. John Stones has yet to return from his calf issue, while fellow defender Josko Gvardiol is still working his way back from surgery on a leg fracture suffered in early January. If O'Reilly is not ready to start against Arsenal, then Ryan Aït-Nouri would take his place at left-back, as he did off the bench against Chelsea. Marc Guéhi and Abdulkadir Kusanov should continue as the centre-back pairing in the absence of Dias, with Matheus Nunes on the right of defence and Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal. Though Guardiola is known to tweak his team plenty, it is hard to see him wanting to change too much in a side that so comprehensively dispatched of both Liverpool and Chelsea. Donnarumma for James Trafford was the only alteration he made between those two matches. Bernardo Silva and Rodri have been impressing in midfield, with Ryan Cherki starring as the central figure in an attacking triumvirate alongside Antoine Semenyo and Jeremy Doku, supporting prolific striker Erling Haaland. Guardiola does have a wealth of options if he does wish to freshen things up on Sunday, with the likes of Phil Foden, Tijani Reinders, Omar Marmoush and Savinho all potential alternatives going forward. Nico Gonzalez can offer a steady presence in midfield, while Mateo Kovacic came off the bench against former club Chelsea to make his first appearance since October, following a long-term ankle injury. Predicted Man City 4-3-1. Donnarumma, Nunes, Kusanov, Guéhi, O'Reilly, Rodri, Silva, Semenyo, Cherki, Doku, Haaland. Ahead of Sunday's blockbuster Premier League clash between Man City and Arsenal, the Sky Sports football writers have their say on the match that could decide the outcome of the title. If you're expecting a grandstand Premier League final or a champagne performance from Arsenal, you won't be getting one. The plan for Mikel Arteta within all of the build-up, buzz and importance of this one is to ensure that the game is far from a classic. It's a test of Arsenal and Arteta's bottle, the biggest test. Arteta's mistake in the past is that he tends to let his usually cool demeanour switch up and become one that finds very little success in hiding his emotions under pressure. But do not be surprised if that changes. The pressure isn't on Arsenal as much as Manchester City will hope or Pep Guardiola will make out. City have home advantage and are the form side heading into it, granted, but two of the three possible outcomes on the day suit Arsenal, while this is a must-win for Pep Guardiola's side. There won't be any champagne football, because a draw for Arsenal at City will ensure the champagne can be saved for the parade in and 5. We're not expecting a free-flowing Arsenal display at the Etihad Stadium. Mikel Arteta's team haven't produced one of those in quite some time. But that doesn't mean Arsenal cannot go there and take all 3 points. Many are expecting a pragmatic display from Arsenal at the Etihad, which is not a criticism. Who wouldn't turn up at City and be pragmatic first and foremost? But Arsenal have shown plenty of times they have the tools to hurt Pep Guardiola's side. The last meeting saw Guardiola's side limited to just 30.8% possession. Arsenal's last trip to the Etihad saw them go behind, then fight back to take the lead, and they were seconds away from holding onto it with 10 men. In between those two league meetings was a 5-1 win for the Gunners. Many will point to the Carabao Cup final as a precursor to this game, but Arsenal will have a better team out than that Wembley outing. All the signs point to Eberechiez being a key player in this encounter. If Arsenal can get him flowing, their chances of victory improve. With Gianluigi Donnarumma uncertain at defending set pieces, this is a chance for Arsenal to show who they really are, not who everyone wants them to be. This is a matter of timing for me. It's rare for a game of this magnitude arrive so late in the campaign, with a title still hanging in the balance. For a neutral, that throws up the dream scenario whereby you expect, or rather hope, for a game befitting of its occasion. But I can't help but feel like this meeting at this juncture will not reach the thrilling conclusion most desire. No doubt Manchester City go in as hot favourites. Home advantage aside, form and momentum is with Pep Guardiola and his 6-time champions. Mikel Arteta has hardly been a pillar of stoic leadership of late. I'd like to see a battle for the ages, but my better judgment tells me this is likely to be more like a stubborn spat, decided by a 1-goal margin. Arsenal are not obliged to go at City. It's in their interest to be cautious. If they do rediscover their sense of adventure, it could be much more fun, but I won't hold my breath.